Hello and welcome to MyScience Tutorials. In today's video, we are going to be looking at composite function. Before we begin, if you are new to MyScience Tutorials, kindly consider subscribing and pressing that notification button so that you don't miss any of our latest tutorials on biology, chemistry, mathematics, and physics. So let's begin. So we want to start this tutorial by looking at an example. Example number 1. If the function f of x is given to us by 2x, and the function g of s is equal to 2s squared plus 4s plus 2. We are being asked to find g of f, f of g, and then f of g2. So let's go ahead and look at how we solve this example. So we write solution. So the first aspect is telling us to find what? G of f. So for us to find g of f, it means we substitute what the function f is into the entire function of what? G. What do I mean by this? The function of g is given to us by what? 2s squared plus 4x plus 2. So what it means here is what? G of f is what? 2. Wherever we see x, we substitute the entire function of x, f of x, sorry, which is what? 2s, into the place of x. So we have here 2s squared plus 4, then the function what? F, which is what? 2x plus 2. Then we go ahead and solve and simplify. So this is 2 into bracket. This is 4s squared plus 8s plus 2. So this is 8s squared plus 8x plus 2. Alright, f of g. So f of g is the same thing. So we write the function f, which is what? 2x. Then we substitute in place of x the entire function of what? G of x. So we have 2 into bracket 2s squared plus 4x plus 2. So over here we have 4s squared plus this will give us what? 8x plus this will give us 4. Okay, now a little reminder, g of f and then f of g are not equal. They are not the same, as we can see. So don't find g of s and say if you invert it, it is going to be the same. They are never the same. Well, except in some few cases that they may be the same. Alright, let's continue. So the third aspect of the question is f of what? G of 2. So it means we need to substitute what? G of 2 into the function f. So first of all, let's break this down. We need to find what? G of what? 2, which is what? We write 2s squared plus 4s plus 2. This is 2 into bracket. It means g of 2 means wherever we see x, we substitute 2 there. So we have what? 2 squared plus 4 into bracket 2 plus another 2, which is over here. So we have 2 into bracket 4 plus 8 plus 2. This is 8 plus 8 plus 2. And this will give us what? 18. So it means now we continue and say our f of what? G2 is now equal to the function f is what? 2x. But our g of 2 is what we've obtained here to be what? 18. So we have 2 into bracket 18. So if we multiply 2 by 18, we get 36. Alright, let's go ahead and look at another example. So we have example number 2. Given that the function f of s is equal to kx plus m, and g of s is what? Cx plus d. Prove that the function f of g is equal to what? G of f, which implies what? The result we are to get if we equate these two is what? D outside bracket k minus 1 equal to m outside bracket c minus 1. So we need to show that the function f of g being equal to what? G of f is going to yield the result d k minus 1 is equal to m c minus 1. So let's go ahead and see if we can obtain this solution. Alright, so let's start. So For f of g over here, we have the function f, which is what? Kx plus m is equal to the function g of f, in this case is what? Cx plus d. Now let's come back to f of x. We have k. In place of x, we substitute what? G of x over there. So we have cx plus d, then plus the m we have over here, equal to c. In place of x, we substitute what? F of x over there. So we have kx plus m, then plus d. Okay, so it means f of g. So we write the function f, then we substitute what? G of x in place of where we have x, which is over here. Then g of f, it means we write the function g, then we substitute the function f into wherever we have the value x or the variable x. So we go ahead and simplify this. So we have kcx plus kd plus m is equal to what? This will give us kcs again plus what? Cm plus what? D. So if we bring the kcx over to the other side of the equal to sign, we have kcx minus another kcx, which is this coming here, then plus the kd over here plus m is equal to, this is no longer here because it is what we brought over here. So we have what? Cm plus d. So these two cancel each other. So we have kd plus m is equal to what? Cm plus d. But now we can see we have d here. So let's group like terms. So we have what? Kd minus this d will come here is equal to Cm. Then we bring the m here to the other side of the equal to sign. So it becomes negative. So we see d is common here, m is common here. Let's factor them out. If we factor d out, we have d into bracket k minus 1 is equal to m into bracket c minus 1. Okay, so as required. So we can see that after we factor out the d and then the m, we are getting the result that we have been told to get. So this is how we go about, and this is our answer. So we just write as required of us by the question. Alright, so let's have a look at another final example. Example number 3. Two functions g and h are defined on the set of R of real numbers by g of s is equal to half x plus 1 and h of s is equal to 5x minus 1 all divided by 3. We are to find I, the inverse of h, then I, the h inverse of g. Alright, so let's go ahead. So we write down our solution. The I aspect of the question is telling us to find what? H inverse of h. So we write down h of x, which is equal to 5x minus 1 divided by 3. So to find the inverse of h of x, so we say let y be equal to what? H of x. Because y is equal to h of x, we can boldly say y is equal to what? 5x minus 1 divided by 3. This makes sense. So now we interchange the position of what? X and y, and then we make y the subject again, and that becomes our inverse. So what do I mean by this? So we interchange the position of x and then y. So we have x is now equal to what? 5y minus 1 all divided by 3. So we now solve and make y the subject, and that becomes our inverse function. So this becomes 3 will multiply x, this is by 1, so 3 will multiply x, we have 3x is equal to 5y minus 1. So if we have 3x, we bring 1 to the other side of the equal to sign, it becomes positive 1 is equal to what? 5y. So we divide both sides by 5, then we get our y to be what? 3x plus 1 divided by 5. So it means our h inverse of x is equal to what? 3x plus 1 divided by 5. Alright, now that we have our h inverse of x, we can go ahead and find the second aspect of the question, that is asking us to find what? H inverse of what? G. So this is equal to, we write the h inverse of x, which is what, 3x plus 1 divided by 5. Then in place of x, we substitute the function g, which is what, half x plus 1. So we have 3 into bracket half x plus 1, then plus the one that is outside divided by 5. So all we need to do is to simplify what we have here, and then we have our answer for the composite of h inverse of g. So let's go ahead and do that. So from here we have, this is x over 2, so we multiply through by 3, so we have 3 over 2x plus 3, okay, then plus 1, all divided by 5. Let me get some space. Alright, so from here we can see that, let's have h inverse of what, g is equal to, we have 3, we have 1, so we can add. So we have 3 over 2x plus 4 all divided by 5. Now this entire fraction we have over here can be rewritten as what, 3 over 2x divided by 5 plus 4 divided by 5. If we agree, then we continue by saying what, this becomes what, the fraction we have over here is 3 over 2x, then the division sign over here is now what we have over here divided by 5, then plus 4 over 5. So this is 3 over 2x. Now to change the division sign to what, multiplication, we reciprocate what we have over here, it now becomes 1 over 5, then plus 4 over 5. So this will now, if we multiply this, we are going to get 3 over 10 plus 3 over 10x, sorry, plus 4 over 5. So from here, we can simply just go ahead and find the LCM, which is 10. Then we'll go here 1 times 3 will give us what, 3x, plus 5 will go here 2. 2 times 4 will give us 8. So it means our h inverse of g is equal to 3x plus 8 all divided by 10. So this is how we solve composite functions, and it is that easy. We just substitute whatever that comes after the first function into the function of the first one, and then we get our answer. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.